everyone, and first of all, thank you, Alicia, for this nice introduction. So, I hope you can abstain from the lunch and join our session, because I can imagine or just bring Andreas on my side. So we have a really panel about automated decision-making for the future of automated activities. And before I introduce Andreas as the CEO of Embotech, one of our latest portfolio additions, just want to summarize shortly from a BMW I Ventures side why I'm sitting next to Andreas. So we as BMW I Ventures, we are the corporate venture fund of the BMW Group. We are looking for investments along the mobility industry, from car development till production, supply chain, over digital services, up to IT and sustainability, along North America and Europe. And as Alicia mentioned, I'm for the business development responsible and take the bridge between our portfolio companies and not only to the BMW Group. Today we want to showcase how Embotech is running the business for automated decision making. And I'm very happy to join the stage with Andreas, and please introduce yourself. I think that's better than
Inga.
I did.
Excited to be here. My name is Andreas, the CEO of Embotech. My background is a combination between engineering and business law, and I've spent a decade or so dealing with topics of digitalization in marine and energy industries. I'm a father of two, ages 4 and 6, so very busy times, and in my spare time I basically take care of Embotech.
Fantastic, and you made your way out of Switzerland to come to Munich to kick off the year. And I guess it's very important for the audience to understand what Embotech does and what is behind the automated decision-making, what we are talking about.
Right, so at Embotech we develop automation solutions for logistics, industrial logistics, solving the major challenges there, which are, first of all, labor shortage, especially in this country. There's a big problem, efficiency and sustainability. And we focus on two markets. One is ports and logistics centers, where we offer an automated terminal tractor solution. This is, you can imagine a truck driving in the port, taking containers from the seaside or the ship to the rail all day in mixed traffic. You have pedestrians there, you have trucks there, you have cars and everything else. So it's really a mixed traffic level 4 autonomy use case. That's our one use case. And the other one is passenger car factories, where we develop and deploy a vehicle marshalling, automated vehicle marshalling solution, where we take over with smart infrastructure the new cars coming out of the production plant, through test rigs, and to the logistics center. Can we please play the video? So this is the solution we've deployed in 3 factories of BMW. We're driving at the moment 1,000 cars a day autonomously. We're driving the Mini, the 2 Series, 5 Series, and 7 Series. And we have a digital model of the environment and sensors in the infrastructure, and we're sending a trajectory to the car to be driven without intervention. And this is a technology that is certified and is basically out there being used, but nobody really talks about it. Everybody talks about public road autonomous driving, but this stuff is actually happening. This is already in the factory. Second use case, terminal tractors. This is actually in Rotterdam, in the north from here, where we deploy the autonomous terminal or automated terminal tractor solution. You can see there, it's a mixed traffic use case. You have trucks, you have pedestrians, you have moving cranes. And what you need to do is move containers around and park them in positions like this, which are very tight. And you need to do that day and night in rain and snow and all that. So that's what we do in a nutshell.
Thank you, first of all, for the overview, and I think pictures always speaks more than words in this case, and I guess you touched the first point, and I just want to clarify it a little bit between the difference between autonomous and automated. And also you can maybe touch a little bit deeper on the use case you just showcased about BMW and what is the challenges around being in this environment on a plant facility, and yeah.
Well, okay, so for me, the best technology is the one you don't notice, right? There's new things, many fields in AI that are very exciting, but actually the good stuff is the one that you don't notice and it just works very well for you, right? And this comes to the definition between autonomous or the difference between autonomous and automated. In my view, autonomous are generally what we say are the new things, let's say an autonomous robotaxi, which is out there. We don't really know how it works. Some people accept it, some people don't. But in the end, it's new technology, state of the art. Whereas automated, that's your vacuum cleaner. It cleans your floor. It does it wonderfully. You don't need to care about it. You don't notice it. 10 years ago, maybe, when vacuum cleaners came out in the market, they were called autonomous robotic vacuum cleaners. But nowadays, they're just automated. It's just a fact of life.
Fantastic, and you make or bring it to reality, and such like facilities like the BMW Group, but a lot of others as well.
Right. You mentioned also the challenges that we're facing there. I think, let's say, if you're moving physical things, the basic challenge is safety, right? You cannot hit somebody, so that's what we do as Embotech as a first priority. And there's other challenges such as availability. How available is the system? How well does it work for you? The safest system is something that doesn't move, right? Never moves, so never hits anybody. So availability is a challenge, and probably a third one is acceptance of the system. So, right, once you get the safety that you need to have, and once you get the availability, the public still, to a certain extent, needs to accept it so that it enters the market in a big way.
And I can imagine these challenges in an automated and maybe also in an autonomous environment are very, wide range. And maybe you can give us a little insight on what is the key on these challenges and how is the factor of AI implementing in these cases?
Right. So at Embotech, as I said, we are addressing most of all, or with priority, the safety challenge, right? So. And this we solve in the following way. We have two independent paths in our software. One is called the performance path, and the other one is called the safety path. And the performance path is largely AI-based, and that's what actually does most of the driving day by day. And it's the part that has to perceive the environment and really make the decisions. And the safety path is safety certified. It's much simpler. It's not based on AI. It's based on some, let's say, more classical algorithms. And it's designed to really pull the brake at the last minute. So you have kind of a redundant approach to deal with safety. One is a safety certified simple solution, and the other one is a much more potent AI-based solution that you cannot prove it will always work correctly. So you have the redundancy.
And at the beginning, we just mentioned you're a Swiss-based company, and now we are learning about AI and how this is on the side for the automated decision-making. Are you mostly located in Switzerland, or how do you provide to your customers on the side?
So we are now approximately 80 people in 5 countries. We also have an office here in Munich, and then in Serbia, Netherlands, and also in Singapore lately. So actually our customers are very international. So I think we have 1 customer in Switzerland, and otherwise it's a very international market. Yeah.
Cool. So out of Switzerland to the whole world.
Exactly.
And I want to touch a little bit more on the second use case you just showcased about the AP Maersk use case in this environment. So give us a little bit more insight about all these challenges between the different locations, also these different autonomous vehicles there in an environment like in Haven or around Rotterdam. So what are these use cases about?
Yeah, so this customer that you've seen in the video is actually Maersk, one of the biggest terminal operators in the world. And the use case there is really driving around the port from A to B, mostly from the ship to the rail. It's, as I mentioned before, a mixed traffic use case, so a level 4, high level of autonomy use case. And the contract we have with these guys is a kind of an industry first, because The whole port industry is actually very ripe for automation. They have automated cranes. Potentially, not many people know that, but actually ports are really very highly automated. They have AGVs, automated ground vehicles, moving a lot of the stuff next to the ship. And basically, the only piece that is not automated are the trucks moving around. And this is what we're doing. And this is kind of a lighthouse project in the industry, which we're doing it for the first time in one of the biggest terminals in Europe, in Rotterdam, and one of the most automated ones.
Super interesting. And after plans for maybe like OEMs like BMW and Rotterdam now, where are potential use cases for further use cases where your technology comes to life?
Well, basically anything that where you need an autonomous or automated decision-making machine, right? So you can apply this to driving, but you can also apply it to smart grids, to airplanes, to autonomous ships, and everything else.
So let's see who comes out as a talk from the audience and see and find new use cases in this area as well. And I mean, the motto of this year's DLD is future positive. And I mean, we from a BMW I Venture side, we are seeking for new investments and looking and try to support from our side, not only from an investment term, but also with the business development companies to grow and find use cases. So beside that, I mean, what is your motto as future of the positive? What brings 2025 for you?
Well, I think that technology fundamentally can be used for the benefit of humanity to solve today's biggest challenges, including, importantly, to manage potential side effects of technology. So, you know, in some of our markets, you have potential local job losses. But if it's done carefully, I fundamentally believe that technology can be used to the benefit of humanity, and that's why I think I'm very future positive.
Fantastic. Even the challenge between humanity and the automated, I think that is one which is not only for future positive, which is also very challenging for the future, not only for Embotech, but also to find the new use cases in this area. So maybe do you have something in addition which you want to share with the audience where you think this you should know about Embotech and where we can implement these technologies for
Well, I think maybe more general statement and kind of a reiteration of what I said before. I think the best technology, the greatest technology for me is the one that goes unnoticed, the one that is boring, right? So, you know, we're talking about AI right now as the next exciting thing. I think probably in the next 2 to 3 years, we might have an AI agent taking most of our decisions daily, and we're not going to notice it anymore. And that's where the technology actually really takes effect. And I also believe that this will be, in the next 2 to 3 years, this will be also happening in the industrial logistics space with our automation.
Fantastic, fantastic. So I think we found a few times in this area, but don't want to abstain you too much from the lunchtime during that time. But if you want to add anything else on this side, we are more than happy to share.
Thank you very much.
Thank you all. Thank you.